Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Little Mo Travels. My name is Monique, and thank you for checking out my channel once more. If this is your first time checking out my channel, welcome. I hope you can check out some of my other videos. I have lots of options to choose from, but for this video, we are going to do one of my short stories, That One Time. And it's going to be that one time I got bit by a spider. And so sometimes I talk about how I worked for this travel company while I was abroad, when I was in Spain. Pretty much the travel company was geared towards American students who were studying abroad in Europe. And the company had curated these itineraries for students to partake in. If you were an intern, your goal was to get 6 people to sign up for one of the trips. So they had trips all across Europe, Italy, the Netherlands, the Czech Republic, England, France, everywhere. They had a program for most major cities in Europe. The reason why I brought that up is because the only reason why I was even in Prague is because I had gotten 6 people to sign up for one of these trips and I got to go to Prague for free. And so I found myself in Prague. It was a really long trip to get there and I was exhausted. And so all I wanted to do was go get in the bed. It was also really cold. It was really cold. I'm from Michigan. And despite that, I was still freezing. So I was like, let's go get in the bed real quick. We're going to take a nap before we have to go to dinner. So I woke up and I could feel like my arm tingling. I didn't feel the spider on my arm. I didn't feel anything. I was just asleep. And the way that I was sleeping, I had my arm up. And so, in a way, it's kind of like if you pay attention to how your bites show up on your arm, you can see where the insect went. It's like a map. And so, down my arm, you could see that I had gotten bitten a few times, and you could see how they went down my arm because it was like a map. So the bites were relatively small in the beginning, but for me, I am allergic to most insect bites. And so they get pretty big. Like they'll start out really small like this, and then they'll just grow to get really huge, either on my arm, my leg, whatever the case may be. So by the time the trip was over, it was huge. Now, while I was there, of course, I went to the pharmacy. I talked to the people who were running the trip and just letting them know, hey, I just got eaten alive by a spider in my bed and I am just trying to get home. And so they took me to the pharmacy to get some stuff to put on it. But it really wasn't helping. And it just was like a temporary fix. When I got back to Spain, I talked to my host parents about it and I showed them. And they were like, whoa, like, wow, we're going to the hospital. So we went to the hospital. My host dad was trying to talk to the guy at the front desk to let him know I am a student who is studying abroad. I do have travel insurance. It doesn't make sense that I have travel insurance, but I'm not going to be able to be seen. Still to this day, I don't quite understand why I wasn't able to be seen. I guess that's one of those things that as I continue to travel, I can probably start diving into like travel insurance and what is it for if I can't be seen for simple stuff like a spider bite. But anyway, we ended up not being able to be seen. So what they did instead was tell my host dad where we could go to get some ointment and stuff to help the symptoms so they weren't that bad. So that's exactly what we did. My host dad took me and my host mom to the pharmacy. We got some stuff. And, it did go away after about a week and some change. It got a little bit better, but it was definitely a little jarring because it had happened to me before, like here in the United States, but I was abroad. And so I'm already like in a space that doesn't really belong to me. And then I have to go and utilize one of their systems that I'm not familiar with. It was just an uncomfortable space to be in, to also be having to deal with getting bit by an insect. That was my short. That one time I got bit by a spider. And if you want to check out some of my other short stories, feel free to check out the playlist that is on YouTube, That One Time, and they're called Short Stories. You can also check out some of my other YouTube videos and playlists. I have a playlist specifically for my study abroad story. I also have a playlist dedicated towards my trip that I took to Sierra Leone in January of 2023. So feel free to check out some of my other videos. Like and subscribe, please. Share with your friends, share my videos, and feel free to follow me on Instagram, Lil Mo Travels. So that's Lilmo Travels with an S. And thanks for watching.